Good morning friends. Today I am talking about the topic non-inverting voltage to current transducer. This circuit can be used to convert the input voltage to the current. In the output we get the voltage converted, that is current output. This circuit topology utilizes series negative feedback. It senses an input voltage and produces a current. The conceptual comparison can be made to a FAT, a voltage controlled current source. Instead of current gain, we are interested in transconductance because the main factor is transconductance, which will be giving the current output. The op-amp circuit presented here drives a floating load. This is a load is not referred to a ground. This can be convenient in some cases and real pain in other. So it is more complicated than as it seems. With some added circuitry, it is possible to produce a ground load version, which is discussed in this topic. Although space precludes us from examining it because it has a wide scope. A typical circuit is shown voltage to current in the figure. Because this uses series input type feedback, we may immediately assume that Zin is infinite. The voltage to current ratio is set by feedback resistor Ri. As V error is assumed to be 0, all of V in drops across Ri, creating current IRI. The op-amp is assumed to have 0 input current, so all of the IRI flows through the load resistor RL. By adjusting Ri, the load current may be varied. So this is the non-inverting voltage to current transducer. In the circuit, we see a op-amp. A series feedback is available, negative feedback available for the op-amp. RL is the load, Ri is in the input, IRI is a current flowing in the input resistor, which is called as Ri. To the positive terminal of the op-amp, Pin is connected. The main concentration is on V input because this factor is making the current available in the output. The job of conversion is done by the two resistors RL and Ri. So the magnitude of Ri and RL decides the value of current in the output. So for discussion of this, we are taking the parameter as follows: RL load resistor, Ri input resistor, IRI current flowing in the input resistor, and I load current flowing in the RL load. V in input voltage. So we are taking non-inverting amplifier. Now I load can be equal to IRI. So from the circuit we may find out, and visually by inspection I load is IRI. So IRI is V input upon Ri. So therefore we may say that I load is V input upon Ri. So the factors I load will increase if the value of Ri is maximum. Now taking into the transconductance of this circuit, it plays an important role in the discussion because this factor is making the current available in the output. Transconductance is equal to I load upon V in, which is equal to 1 by Ri from the previous expressions. So the transconductance of a circuit is set by the feedback resistor. As usual, there are practical limits to size of Ri. If Ri and RL are too small, the possibility exists that op-amp may run out of output current and so into saturation. At the other extreme, the product of the two resistors and the I load cannot exceed the power supply rails. As an example, if Ri plus RL is 10 kilo ohm, I load cannot exceed about 1.5 milliampere. So if standard is plus minus voltage 15, that is 15 volt supplies are used. So from the studies we may see that the non-inverting voltage to current transducer can have the following values and may be obtained for the supplies of 15 volt with a current range of 1.5 milliampere. Also, the transconductance can be increased or decreased depending upon the requirement in the output. Basically, throughout the studies of this topic, we have used non-inverting voltage to current transducer. The same we say that it is a voltage to current circuit, that is conversion of voltage to current in the output. So from the previous studies also we may say that the parameters of Ri, RL can be controlled so as to control the current in the output. Voltage input magnitude depends upon the value of required current in the output. So these are being calculated in this topic. So we have already seen these expressions. So the help of the same expression can be used to increase decrease the current as to the application required. The main factor here is obtaining transconductance of the circuit, and that too by feedback resistor, because we may control the parameters in the output. As we know that there are limits in the size of Ri and RL, so we are taking here to a value of small magnitude. So maybe we may design Ri, RL to have accuracy so as not to run out of the output current. So this is a very simple circuit. Wide applications are used in the power supplies. Basically in the circuits, complex circuits, wherever we require the conversion of current in the circuits, complex circuit, we use this small circuit. So voltage to current transducer can be used for many applications, and depending upon the values to be used in the circuit, we choose for the design. So for design criteria you may use the expressions which we have discussed in the topic. Same expressions hold for the design, and the possibility of run out in the output is avoided. The power supplies can also have the variations of voltage in the output, that is voltage to current. So usually we take voltage to current values as small. Here we have discussed as an example of Ri plus RL is 10 kilo ohm. I load cannot exceed 1.5 milliampere. So we may say that 1.5 milliampere is very small. So this is the discussion of this topic. Thank you.